But now we got to let people get back.
All right.
So like it glitched, and like I've seen it do that before.
So yeah, you glitched, and then like you were completely frozen, and then your volume went to shit, and then Pat started to echo.
Yeah.
So looks like people are starting to come in.
They're still getting their beers.
Yeah.
What's your hat say? Hoarder?
So it's backwards to you, but so it's the joke of how when a lot of people do it, but every time I open Facebook, I see your comments. So when people talk about their collections and Hondas and Honda Hoarders, you always comment Hoarder.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my little taste on it to you. My little TikTok hat.
Yep. I'm sorry for all this confusion.
We got 33 people now.
Oh, that is a good point, Matt. The service sign is so high. You'd catch all my chin. I need to relocate it. Matt's asking why I'm not sitting in front of the servo tire sign. I'll improve that in future videos.
Gotta show the plug, you know.
Yeah. Okay. When we hit 50 people, we'll resume. We're almost there.
Good. Sounds good.
Yeah. PJ has recommended I stage my background. I did try to put some stickers up in the back of some friends I got. You know, we got the ghetto pony.
Oh.
And then some stickers here. We got the Wheeler Palooza sign-in sheet there. So, but anyway, we're at 49. I'm sure by the time you ask that first question, we'll be good to go. And it seems like there's a bunch of people in the chat.
So we do have not just me, we have a special guest here. You might know this guy.
Andy Drew.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Yourself?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of empty Fireball mini shots around here that every time I find one, I think about you.
I wonder why.
Oh, gosh, what a night that was.
I haven't tried any of that since.
We got this little Trike Venezuela Palooza shirts on.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Good
for
deal.
You, and we're sitting in the bar here. We got the PRESTON style showpiece up there. That's Nick's 84
Nick's 110
up there up in the closet there. So, all right, 71 already. All right, shall we start?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So, how should we start? I thought I had maybe an opening line or something like that. So, all the people joining in. So, welcome, Preston, to your interview.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me and Andrew, special guest. Gino's around here somewhere, but he's being an a-hole. He doesn't want to see you.
Typical. That's Gino.
That's Gino. But yeah, can't thank you enough for the friendship that with everyone that you have, and with myself and everyone. And yeah, it's been a great few years getting to know you and everything, and going to your event, Venezuela Palooza, for 2 years. Now it's going to be 3 years, and very grateful, and they're very appreciative about it all. So,
absolutely.
Really great friend to me. So, all right. So,
likewise.
As you already kind of know, it's going to be a little bit different than your average Honda Horror of the Week interview, as you know, with questions and whatnot. So everyone's kind of just jumbling around with their own ideas and whatnot. So Pat kind of started with the whole like kind of your style questions and whatnot, and had some of his little taste in it. So mine are kind of probably spitfire questions, but I'm going to let you just do the talking to a lot of them.
Okay.
So first one, a lot of people are going to want to hear this one. On behalf of Jeff Mahar and others, will the dining room table project ever get started / finished?
I mean, can't we say it started? Like, I had the wood planed. Okay, so Yes, it will eventually get finished. I need to stop bringing home more projects. Uh, yes, it will. I don't want to make any promises. I've made promises in here, and it will get finished. It's almost there.
Almost there. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. What else would we talk about if I get it done? What else would we talk about?
Exactly. I mean, there's lots of things that we talk about, you and the chat and stuff like that. So I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be plenty of other things. Um, so next thing, kind of just like an interview about like random little stuff. So favorite music. So that can be artists, bands, genres. Go ahead.
I mean, I think it's probably the same for everybody. Like what was popular when you were in high school or that age is kind of what you gravitate towards, because that was the good music. So uh, that's probably my favorite music, but I really like everything. I grew up going to car shows and listening to 50s and 60s music and
Mhm.
the classic rock of the 70s and 80s rock is equally awesome. So I start to lose touch a little bit as I watch modern stuff. Like we had a debate at the kitchen table after the Super Bowl about why Kendrick Lamar was getting, why it was so controversial, and I think the media likes to spin that it's about race and whatnot, and that was the topic basically. And I said it's not about race. It's that's not our music. You got all these middle-aged people going, "What the hell is this?"
Mhm.
But when a couple years ago, Snoop and Dr. Dre and Eminem came out there, we were like, that was prime time. That was bringing all of us back. So,
Mhm.
but I grew up listening to that. And I was the 14-year-old with CDs that I had to record onto tape because I had a Walkman, didn't have a Discman. I was weed whacking all summer long, listening to either Dr. Dre, Snoop, or stuff I recorded off MTV, just because people did that back then. But
Yeah. Do you want to
yeah.
bring up the Woodstock event?
Oh yeah, I went to Woodstock '99. So you
The
know, pretty much
history
everybody
making
that
event.
it was that was a trip. I remember us having that conversation back when that documentary came out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was at that," and you were like, "What?" But I'm surprised my mom let me go. I don't know if mom's back in the chat or if I sent her the old link, so people probably don't have this link. Yeah, Woodstock '94 was the muddy mess. I
Mhm.
guess Woodstock '99 got a little muddy, but it was because of the porta
Mainly,
potties and stuff
mainly
overflowing.
hot, right?
Yeah, Woodstock '99 was hot, hot, and water was like $5 a bottle, which would be like $20 a bottle now.
And so you would say that the documentary is pretty true to what you experienced, right? Like
Yeah,
you were up there till Saturday night, right? Or Sunday
we
night.
left whatever the last day was. I don't know if the last day was Sunday. I think the last day, when they started the fires, we didn't stay. My
Yeah,
sister had to get back to work,
yeah.
and my sister's in the chat. Yeah, that's why mom let me go because I was with my sister because she was such a saint.
What a nice sister.
Yep.
Okay, so next question. So now that you own it, what's your plans with the Created 250R?
Again, I don't own the Created 250R. I wish I did, but it's not in the cards. But
Everyone, go ahead.
I will say this for all the 105 people watching, it will be at Wheeler Palooza 2025.
Ooh,
So
big announcement. That's pretty cool.
maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I did. Not
Well,
everybody will see this.
the 102 people will know about it, but you
Yes.
never know
Yeah.
from there. But word travels fast, you know. You never know. So have you thought of what will come of your collection and hoard in the future? Will you like pass it down to the family, sell them off over time, keep them all till you're dead and gone, or what?
That's
Have
a
you
good
thought about that?
question. I have told my family that if I'm not here at some point, Don't keep these. Don't feel like you have to. I'm not gonna cry if you start selling them off. I said, this is my thing. It doesn't have to be your thing. So do what you want. If you want to keep a couple that are special to you guys, do that. Do whatever you want. I'm gone. Uh, and at some point, I guess maybe I thought no one was interested enough to keep them, but Bennett has really taken an interest, and Palin's always interested, but now she's kind of developing other interests. But I still think that's not going to stop her from going to Trike Fest, and
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of them will get sold, but a fair number will be kept. I don't know.
Allison says she's taking notes.
At one point, I told Allison, I'll say this. I said, if I'm not around all of a sudden, get a hold of Vinny and have him help you sell these. But I don't know that he's available anymore.
What's
I
funny
might need to
is
put.
Ryan Mallon just said, "Don't have Vinny sell them."
Yeah, that's. I don't even. I'm still waiting on my fenders.
Oh.
I ordered like a couple $1,000s worth of fenders, and I think the guy scammed me.
Well, if he comes up in the chat later on in the live,
We'll
you can
see.
ask him that for sure.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. You never know what he's doing. Okay, so speaking of this, so what is the secret of having a spouse be acceptable with someone's love of hoarding Hondas?
I couldn't have asked, for a better wife in that regard and many other regards. She gets whatever she wants, and she is, very, very gracious to let me have what I want. But I think if you want less of a BS answer, which that isn't necessarily a BS answer, kind of how it started was I was maintaining a spreadsheet when I first started. And so every machine that came in got 3 columns. The first column was what I paid for it and what money I put into it. And if I took something off it, like if it had a headlight guard and I wanted to keep that for a different machine, or I put that on a different machine, I would deduct money from that. So I was doing this accounting for each machine. So I knew where I was at. And if I'd sold it, I knew if I made money or lost money. And I was selling a lot more then than I am now, because things were coming and going, and I was always making money. Whether it was a couple $100 or $600, and that just went into the next machine, and just perpetually trying to get a nicer one, and I did that enough, and she kind of saw the spreadsheet. I was working on it one day, and she said, I showed her, I was like, look, this one I made $600 on, and things were a lot cheaper back then. And I showed her how that went into this one, and at some point I said, I'm going to take some money out of our investments over here and put it, and that's going to be my play money. It's still kind of invested, but it's in the form of 3-wheelers. And so then I didn't have to necessarily ask permission. I wasn't having to grab money out of the safe each time I wanted to go somewhere. It was, yeah. So now I maintain 2 pockets. My left pocket is my 3-wheeler money. My right pocket is my personal, family money. So as long as I'm operating out of the left pocket, I do pretty well.
Pretty much the thought in your mind is happy wife, happy life. Right?
Yeah. Boil it all down. Moral of the story.
Yeah, you were, Allison's a great woman. She's for having everyone, all the people over the years come to your event, to your guys' place, and sorry for trashing the place at the same time with riding around and whatnot. I'll apologize for that.
That grass is not anything special.
Yep. But yeah, it's great for you, buddy. Happy for you and Allison and your family. Speaking of that too, what are your plans with the land that you cleared? All the trees and whatnot. Have you thought more in depth of what you're gonna do with all that cleared land?
Well, the initial plans are just to flatten it for now and expand the field. That could turn into something down the road. I don't know. but we had already talked about cutting the trees down, that portion of the trees, because they were starting to fall in on themselves and age out. They were never thinned, and red pines, they were red pines. To In plantations for red pines, they thin them to allow them to get bigger and stay strong, but these were never thin, so they were starting to fall in on themselves. So it was going to happen one way or another. And Mike Pomgren hates trees, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry about that, Mike. That happened to your house. That's not good stuff. But never know with Mother Nature.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Okay. Will the 88 Big Red ever get completed?
So I'm prioritizing that probably ahead of the dining room table. But after that, I'm not scheduling any builds until the dining room table is done. So, and Allison, I think she made a comment. Do people know the story of the dining room table? The 30-second story is the dining room table we have, we're not a big fan of. I kept a bunch of wood when we renovated a house that I was going to make a dining room table out of. It's not the best wood to use. I got some awesome maple from Jeff Mahar to make a dining room table with. I started planing it. It's so hard. My planer is not adequate for it. So I sent it out to have it planed, and between getting it and sending it out to having it planed was like a year and a half. And now it sits in the other room, waiting to be joined together and legs to be made, and eventually I'll get there. It's hard wood. It'll get done one of these days.
Yep. Okay. If you were able to travel back in time, what would you tell your younger self?
Invest in Google, invest in Facebook, buy YouTube, all the things. Invest in all the things we know are good. I give him the sports almanac, so we could turn into Rich Biff.
Yep.
But aside from that, embrace your confidence. Don't be so skittish about things. Like if you're passionate about something, go for it. Don't be afraid to take risks. Things like that. Be bold.
Your mom says call her more.
Call your mother more.
Nice.
Yep.
That's good. That's some good advice. So you are deemed to be the king of pushing trikes, but how would you rate your skill level of riding?
I'm all right. I'm good for a 44-year-old, that's for sure. I never raced. I raced one time and I realized I'm not a racer, but I didn't set my machine up for success with that. But I'm fine. I don't want to get hurt at my age, so I don't push things. I don't think there's a need. I can enjoy, what I'm doing. I push it a little bit, but not so much that, everything's about risk. So I'm not trying to risk my health and abilities, especially at my advanced age.
Yeah, we commented on Gavin's video when he came last year, and you guys were riding basically up all the rocks in the mountains and everything like that. And I think it was Nick or Andrew like, Preston can really ride. I'm like, yeah, he's been growing up riding most of his life and everything. You think he would suck?
Well, especially those trails. I've been seriously going up that trails, since the mid '80s. My dad was dragging us up there, and I was riding from a young age, but never like motocross, not like competitively or anything, but ripping through the woods.
Yep. So that means you're gonna be going up Devil's Backbone at Aspen Acres.
I've stood at the bottom of Devil's Backbone and at the top and walked down the middle. I'm like, I don't see the reward. Bragging rights, but like, man, I wouldn't want to humble down it.
Andrew and Nick, I think myself too, we took them up. We went up it on pit bikes, but we didn't go up like the middle part. then Gino hurt himself on the side of it, like the hill you go down to it. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting hill there. So I have confirmed this with the man himself, Curdy Eldridge, at 223 Cycles. So the correct pronunciation of it is 223 Cycles, but why do you pronounce it 223 Cycles?
Do I? 23, 2. Man, it's not a conscious thing.
See,
I
it's
will
funny
correct
because
it.
when you say it in your videos, I catch it like every time.
Huh.
And I'm like, I never like thought of that. I think maybe Curdy talked about one time, because I was like,
He probably
okay, Preston
cringes
says
every
it this
time I
way.
say it.
What's the correct way? He goes, it's 2-2 in Curdy's voice, 223 Cycles. But
223 Cycles.
yeah,
Huh.
can
Well,
you
I'm going
try?
to fix it.
Can
Yeah.
you try to
He
do that?
probably cringes like I do every time MRC Build says an uni filter puts a front max on a 3-wheeler.
Can you try to say that in the Binky voice?
An uni filter? No, that's horrible. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, so let's see. Tell us an interesting fact or detail that the audience might not know about you. There's might turn your head a little bit.
Okay, something that the audience might not know about me.
An interesting fact or detail they might not know.
I'm gonna think on this, and maybe my wife can pop in something tidbit that I might not be thinking of because I'm on the spot.
We stumped him. Okay, we'll come back to that if you have something
Okay.
to think about.
Okay.
Do you believe that Tricycle Guy's prototype 250R is legit?
I do. It's the real deal. There was a lot of supporting evidence that he's come up with. One thing people might not know, I see Jesse Cotner's in the chat. I gave somebody a mullet at Trike Fest one year. I wouldn't do it again. It's horrible.
Hair cutting skills? No.
Hair cutting skills on a hot day where it's windy and you're outside is a recipe for not a lot of fun. So everything's sticking, and you're like
pulling out of your own mouth. Oh my.
Kim Dwyer and Jim Smith are in the background just making comments.
Yeah, Kim says she witnessed it.
Yeah.
Will we see any This Little Trike merchandise come out soon?
Yes, I've been dragging my feet. The same company that made those shirts, I wanna get them a couple more designs. Oh yeah, Allison brings up a good point. She was probably just picking up our daughter. I'm an ordained minister, and I have officiated 5 or 6 weddings.
5 or 6? Wow.
And every wedding I've officiated, the people are still married. So when I marry people, I marry them real good. Jeff and Alex Mahar, I married them. Dan and Tara Henning. So those are the only 3-wheeler people I've married. But
well, I'll keep that in mind if the future comes for myself. You might have to make a trip to Michigan. So
yeah, but I will say my officiant skills do not compare to Brian Raffa. He's the best. I could only hope someday.
Oh, good stuff. All right, so this will be my last question for you. This is going to be a special one for you. Pretty much kind of relates to, like, you hoarding Hondas and whatnot. So there's a person that is really special to you and was a big part of your life. And of course, I'm talking about your dad. I feel like if it weren't for him, you probably wouldn't be in this spot, where you are in life. He was a big mentor, and he inspired you with a lot of things and taught you a lot of things. And from what you've told me, he sounded like he was a great guy. So on that note, what is the greatest memory or moment you had with your dad that involves Hondas and Trikes? ATVs?
Ooh. So you narrowed it. You put some brackets on it. I remember. Let me just start flowing. I guess I remember going up Buck Mountain. That's where Gavin and I rode that time. We went up there a number of times with him out on the mud flats. I guess I'll say this. Bennett has been riding more, and he just took a tumble on my 350X, and nothing was hurt, and he wasn't hurt, and maybe the gas tank got a couple new dents, but it was dented to begin with. But I learned how to handle those situations from my dad because I broke a lot of stuff. I wasn't trying to, and I just had a lot of goof ups, and he was always easy with me. And I know he broke a lot of stuff, so I learned how to handle those moments from him. Try to figure out what did we learn from this, and he always paid to have my stuff fixed, and so that's just the example you get. I'm not going to try to lose it here with you because it could happen. But he was a great guy, and I think you're right. If he hadn't fostered the passion I had when I was getting going in high school, we turned the woodshed into my workshop, and like the video, from back in '98 when I'm got the 250R back together, that they made that my space so I could do that, and I'm very thankful for that, and my mom. So they're awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about that video that you made, and if that would be another great moment that you had, because that was pretty heartfelt. A lot of us that watched it, really, that was really cool that you incorporate those old videos
Thank
into
you.
that video, your 250R. Now that's your longest owned trike, and your dad was there to see it and rebuild for the first time and do all the work to it. So that's pretty cool, Preston. It's really cool.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's all I pretty much have for you, buddy. I just wanted to kind of keep it short, and I know we kind of talked about like 10 to 15-minute intervals of going through
It's
the
gonna
people and
it's
whatnot.
gonna get a little bit long.
Yeah, so we're on try not to glitch it again and see if we can
Okay.
make it work. So yeah, that's all I have. You have anything you want to add or say or anything like that?
No, thank you for the time. Thanks for everybody watching. I know it got goofed up, but yeah, we're gonna try to keep it rolling, and we'll see who's next.
All right. So
Thank you, Nick.
yeah, thank you, Preston. Catch you later. Hoorah.
Okay. Yep. I think top. Yeah, you got it. He got it. Thank you, Mom. I see you commented. Will there be an updated how to hoard Hondas? I should. That video is horrible. It's so boring. I wasn't gonna do a voiceover on it, but then I ended up having to. Yeah. Matt, I got Matt crying. All right. Oh boy, here we go. MRC. Hello, sir.
Howdy. Let me
I
turn
feel
this
like
down.
I'm like Ebenezer Scrooge, seeing like the ghost of Christmas past and future and present. All these people are visiting me.
Am I the past? Am
I don't know which one you
I
are.
don't know if I'm older than PJ Hoarder or not. I think
I
Pat's
think you do
probably.
have him.
Do I? Oh, well, don't tell
Yeah.
it. Don't say it out loud. That's okay. Nobody needs to know. Well, I feel like this is your birthday. It's kind of like a party, atmosphere.
You know what it
So we
is?
kind of want to keep that going. We spoke last night, the questionnaires, if you will. We spoke last night about what we were going to talk about and who's going to talk about what and things we shouldn't talk about. And so first and foremost, I want to thank you for just being you. I really do. I appreciate your friendship. And if this goes sideways, let's just remember that, how much
Yep.
I appreciate
It was a good. It
first.
was great while it lasted.
It was good while we had a good run. I mean, we do what we can do.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I'm not going to ask you a bunch of peanut butter and jelly kind of questions. We're going to kind of get to the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm ready.
Good. All right. So here we go. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff. We've known each other a long time. We've been friends now 4 or 5 years, you know, and in
Yeah,
dog
something like
years, that's
that.
like 50. So, you know, it's a lot. And don't
Is this
worry,
your file on me?
I
Is this
got
my
cases
permanent
on all
record?
the tricycle guy, Curdy. I got cases on everybody, and we're just getting into the first one. Okay, so just the first one tonight. We'll save one. Maybe I'll get up there. I'll bring one with me. So there's just some things that, you know, are kind of personal between us, but I thought other people would find it interesting too. I'm just going to kind of put that over there. You've already mentioned it. Uni filters. We got them
Yes.
right here. You and I, just like the game,
Mm-hmm.
right? I got my Preston hat. You know, it's got this hat from you. I
Yep.
appreciate the hat. Got that, so I'll just wear that. We've got well, we can't talk about that. That's off limits. But I found some 3x5 index cards.
Look at
And I
that.
thought maybe we could kind of go through some of these, and got some reference material, and we got a lot of good stuff. So don't worry about none of that. All right, excited? I'm
I
excited.
am.
I hope I can.
I bet I know what one of them is.
I bet you don't. I
Okay.
bet you didn't see this coming for a month. So everybody in the peanut gallery there, Preston gave us less than 2 days to get ready for this, and it takes a while to actually do something. So let's get started. All right. We've already asked about the kitchen table about 10 or 15 times, but
Yep.
nobody's asked about the 350D tree. 350D
The
three
three.
wheeler.
Yeah.
We still
So
have that?
you're referring to the project I bought from Dustin Bartley out in
Maybe.
Connecticut. Yep. So that's prioritized below.
That's
So
in the
it's
weeds.
88
Okay. All right. That's
table
after the table then.
down there.
Okay. So we know where it ranks. All right.
Okay.
First question out of the way. Those are always the first ones are always the hardest one to ask.
Okay.
Let's talk about the lists. So the list that circles around with all of the manufactured numbers on it, you know,
Mhm.
how many three-wheelers were made and so forth. Do you think the list is accurate?
I don't. Well,
You don't.
so a couple things, you know, there's some machines that just don't appear on the list. So
Right.
that draws into, you know, question the validity of the list. If it doesn't list Vinny says it's not. It doesn't have an 86 350X on it.
It doesn't.
I own
I
3 of
actually
them right
brought one
now.
out. I know that's your favorite machine, and I did
Yeah,
some
thank you.
sponsoring here, Matt. I want you to see that. So we
Yep,
got,
Sherwood
just let
tires.
me know,
Get your Sherwood tires.
Preston's big on sponsorships. I wanted to have all the branding out.
Yes. No, I don't believe the list is accurate. How
Okay.
inaccurate, I don't know.
All right, guys, y'all heard it here first. The voice of Honda Hoarder says the list is no good. All right, so no more questions about the list. We kind of just took care of that right out of the gate. We've already been asked, was there anything you're missing? Is the collection missing anything? Is there anything other than the crated R, which would make a beautiful dining room table? Just saying, you could
Yes.
do that if you wanted to, but I won't mention that again. Is there anything that you're longing for the collection? Are we done? Are we putting a pin in the gathering part and now we're just kind of enhancing it? What are we doing?
So I'm trying to make what I've got nicer. They're like I mentioned, they're super reds versus big reds. I've drawn a line, right or wrong, that I'm not going to pursue getting all these super reds from Australia because I'm basing my acquisitions on model number. So I've got all the 250
Well, there's a
ESs.
redundancy. We're talking a sticker difference on some of them, right?
Yep.
Maybe some reflectors or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's so Mike Pomgren mentions the farm runner. I've done some research. I've got a couple people that have them that I'm waiting on video from. So I want to release something on the farm runner coming up soon. They're basically 86, 87, 200X, 250 SXs that are fully optioned. But I don't want to
Right.
spoil the video that I want to make.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. What about a bigger building? Have you ever thought about possibly a more museum style layout for your collection, or is this what you're doing now, kind of your final rendition of the collection?
So I went and saw Tim Keister's new building on Friday, And then I went to another nice big building on Saturday, and it does make a guy kind of want a nice building to,
It does.
because I'm broken up. I got half back here, I got half up there. I can't show them all at the same time, and they're wadded right in. So, down the road, maybe.
Yeah.
It's all. My dad used to say it's all a matter of economics, but the economics don't work right now. But maybe they will down the road.
I'm always dreaming of a better space to work in. Moving into this one has changed really my whole attitude towards coming out here, and it does the same for all of us, really.
Yeah.
You got a
Now, a
nice
question for you:
place to work.
were you inspired by my decor with the OSB
A
and
little bit, a little bit.
yeah,
I don't like painting,
yeah,
so once I got it up, I'm kind of done with it. You
yeah,
know, projects like all projects, it took too long and it cost too much, but I've got the air conditioning on tonight,
yes, you
and
do.
I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
So some of the money went to the best places. All right. Well, good. We've talked about that. That's good. Let's see. So I spent some time today going back over and looking at some of your more successful videos, because there's a lot of information about you in the videos, and some of them are just, I mean, full of stats and things like that. And then others are just, like, really meat and potatoes, three-wheeler stuff like how to build a dock. I mean, that's probably got to be one of the bigger ones you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's got to
that's
be
a
up
big
over
video.
100 now.
So speaking of rare things and three wheelers and things like that, what do you think the rarest three wheeler is coming from you? For everyone else, what do you think the most rare three wheeler is? Whether that's based on production or availability. I watched your video where you had all the machines out, and you had mentioned that the 7590, I think that's right, was a hard one to find. Is that correct?
Yep, it
Yeah.
is.
So what do you think is maybe the hardest machine to find versus the more rare? Maybe that's the wrong word to use.
So normally, we've heard a lot that a Christmas special, which that's
Mhm.
controversial. A blue 8370 is rare. We've heard an 87 125M is even more rare than that. Uh, I'm laughing at Vinny. But before I kind of hunted down an 84 200E, not many people had even heard of that. And then I start looking. Once you become aware of something, you start looking. And I tend to think the 84 200E might be the rarest, but
Okay.
it's hard to tell. That it's got to be close, maybe between those three.
Yeah. And that brings up phrases and catchphrases. It's hard telling, not knowing.
It's hard
I hear
telling,
that
not
quite
knowing.
often. Yeah. No, is that yours? Did you coin that?
That is my buddy Eric Johnson. He
Eric
uh
Johnson. Thank
he
you,
said
Mr.
that a long
Johnson.
time ago.
We hear that one a lot. Now, one video I didn't see today, I was really searching through a lot of videos, and you're gonna realize that real soon. I didn't see one on any kind of chrome front rack for
Mm,
200M. I hear that's a pretty rare option.
there's two videos I haven't done because I did a lot of comparison videos. I didn't get to the 110s and I didn't get to the 200Ms.
You
And
have one of those, right?
I do have a chrome
You do.
front rack
You've had
and
that like
headlight
what,
guard.
3 years now?
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
birthday
Okay.
gift from a dear friend that I might be talking to right now.
Maybe so.
And
Might not
eventually
be
it
a dear
will.
friend much longer. So
If
I'll tread lightly on that one, but I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, let's see. Got that one too. All right. I did come across something the other day. YouTube has certainly opened up my eyes to a whole world of people I never really thought I would meet and learn from. And I had a guy mention this to me, and I was going to put it here because get your opinion on it. I asked you earlier, but you didn't answer it. Do you think the S followed the production model meant something special like a new model or something like that? And here's a for instance. The 200E was followed by, or the upgraded or the new model became the 200ES. See how I did that? And then the
Mhm,
200 became the 200S, right? Have you
mhm.
ever thought that maybe the S moniker in the name of the machine had anything to do with the new model?
Well, there's lots of new models that didn't get the S.
In the utility machines?
In utility machines. Um, So you went
Yeah, yeah,
the
you had the
110s,
185 and the 185S, and the 200 and
110s.
200S, and 200E and the 200ES.
So it's only utility machines, new model gets the S?
It's the only ones that had an S on it.
Is a 200S a utility machine?
I would think so. Had a
Okay.
rack on it. I don't know.
I
We'll
don't
come
know.
back to
Could
that.
be.
It was just something that
It
was
could.
mentioned to me, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
Well, I'm
All
thinking
right.
like a 90 turned into a 110, and you could get a rack. You could get a rack on those, and that didn't. It wasn't the 110S,
That's true.
but the number changed. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what the S stands for. My theory was small because you had a bigger chassis and it
Well,
went
you
to
had
a small.
mentioned that in the video, actually, and the M actually could refer to midsize.
It could, but then like the 125M and the 200, 125 got the M and the 200 got the M, so it didn't make much sense. It's a mystery.
I can't make rhyme or reasons. I thought you might be able to.
Nope,
Okay.
got nothing.
Everybody can.
I'm new to
All
this.
right. So going back through some of your videos, I thought I'd pull some screenshots here and just kind of share them with you and the public, and maybe you could shed some light on them and kind of reminisce.
Yes,
It's always
please.
good to reminisce. Don't you think? Yeah. So can you tell us what this is?
Oh, that's one of them Sam Squanches.
Yeah, that's right. Sam Squanch. Yeah. Otherwise known as
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
From
Yeah, Sam
co-
Squanch.
Commuter
I wasn't
industry.
sure if I heard that right or not, but I did see it. So Sam Squanch.
Sam
So
Squanch.
Bigfoot Bikes and Brews he could use a Sam Squanch.
He
for his
should.
logo.
Yes.
Okay.
That'd be good.
We got that covered. Now here we've got. Now this is just some quick shots of a few different things that I thought were interesting that I found in some of your videos. And so this is you. Is that you?
That is me. Yeah.
Now that's your favorite machine, isn't it?
That's my rider.
You
Yep.
can see that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I know what
that's
you're
the
bringing
machine
up.
that you, when you want to ride, that's the one you take out, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So you probably have a lot of confidence in that machine, the capabilities of it. You know how to ride it. Got a lot of hours on it.
Yeah.
Okay, just check it. And then this is actually this is another one I found. You recognize that machine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Still got that one.
200X 84 maybe. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now that was actually taken. You had when you brought them all out and took pictures, right?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. We found this one. That look familiar?
Yeah. That's technically the
that's-
same. That's the same front tire that's on the 350X. Technically.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's your R, right?
Yeah.
That's back from when you were a kid.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. That
Yes,
one.
sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's this one.
Yeah, that's the same one. Yeah, that one. That's what I was
Right here.
thinking. And that one, that's the 350X.
Yep. That's this
Yeah,
tire.
that one. And then this is one you restored, right? This is the one that you found. It was a before and after.
Yeah. That had
You
a front
picked that
max
one
on
up.
it too.
Yeah, you see that's the after. And,
I think I was
and that's the before.
young and ignorant.
What's that?
I didn't know Serwa had these amazing tires to buy.
Yeah, I don't know what you're getting at there, but I thought that's a really nice machine you had there.
I bought it like that.
Yeah, you bought it like that. Now these were your favorite pair, isn't it? You set these up. That's number one and number two. Apples of your eye, right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. Now I did hear
Very
earlier that you
aggressive.
bought this and you didn't ride it. I don't even think we need to address it, but let's look a little closer right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Didn't ride it. That. Whew.
Like a
Now I
cancer.
always put my favorite machine close to the door where people will see it. Yeah, that one. That's one. Just it's right up front. And then here's a trailer. But if we look real close, right there, you see that headlight. Yep, that's a nice machine there. And then this is when they're in a row. And then this one is just 84. Everybody's got plenty of those. Just some machines that I thought you would want to see again. You know, just kind of
Yeah.
bring them out in the
Some of my
forefront.
best machines, my favorites.
And then, you know, back with our sponsors and our friends, you know, I would just wanted to let everybody know that our good friend Matt is in the comments, and thank you, Matt. We've got Captain Wheezy. He's out there hiding somewhere. And I brought your favorite, apparently, front tire, the Kenda Max. I've even douched it up a little bit with your favorite 303. That's a phrase you use quite often. And shined it up for you, because anybody that possibly has as many Kenda front Maxes as you do would never pick on someone that has just a couple, would you?
I think you make a great point.
Yeah, I think it's funny though.
I can't refute this evidence you presented.
Yeah, well, you know, it has to be a clear and accurate record, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
Thank you, tricycle guy. I thought that was pretty good. So I'm not going to belabor. It's another word. And I really don't have a lot of jokes or questions other than these, but I doubt we're going to get to all of them. Yeah, I've been busy, my friend. I took the day off today. I didn't think we should talk about a lot of stuff. The presenters before me covered a lot of ground. Let's say that.
Yes.
And we don't want to go over that again. I tell you what, let's just cut to the good stuff, and then we'll let PJ Hart and Vinny get in here.
Okay.
All right. So I reached out, and I had 2 days to really pull this together, and through you and the Honda Hoarders, of course, because that's why we're here, I was able to get some help on this, and so I got a package in the mail. Came in today, actually, and let me see if I can get this open. This is let's talk about October 2019. Anything significant about 2019 October? Is that anything? No. Well,
No.
October 2019 is when I first learned who Preston Frazier was. I didn't actually meet you yet. I didn't meet you till actually probably some months later, but October 2019. Do you recognize that?
I don't, but I bet I know why you're mentioning it.
Do you?
Was
Anybody in the
I in
comments
that
know why
magazine?
we're mentioning it? Go ahead.
Was I in that one in the back?
Yeah, this is actually, I reached out to a mutual friend of ours, and he was able to help me with this. And do you not have this copy?
I do. I didn't know it was the October 2019.
Yeah,
copy.
yeah, it's October 2019 right there. If y'all, it's hard to find, but it is findable. So you just got to know the right people. I was looking through here, and it's some of the same photos that you used. We had, there's the bikes by the lake,
Yep.
and we had the bikes in a row.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, really, just now at this point, you didn't have them all, but you were close, right?
I was getting there. I probably had 60 or so.
Yeah. Now this one, now you say, do you have the first edition of this or the second? Because this one has the centerfold in it.
Yeah, that's the one I have. I have it when it came out. I think. Oh, gosh.
I don't know. Mine had the centerfold in it, and I wasn't sure if yours had that or not.
No, I must have the second edition. They skimped out.
Yeah, well, the guy that helped me get this one, he told me this one was a pretty limited edition.
Wow. I see why. I'm sure it sold out. Look at that.
I bet it did. I bet it sold a lot of copies. But I'm going to put it on the wall. I mean, it's got to be one of the rarest, Honda tributes. There possibly is.
Super desirable.
If y'all need to get this, y'all be sure and reach out to Dirt Wheels or Mac
October 2019.
So yeah, if you want to sign that for me next time you come over, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'll be down.
Yeah, I didn't know what to ask you. That's it. I'm pretty much.
It was
done.
a good friendship while it lasted.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed all of it right up until this part, probably. I do want to give a shout out to Miss Frazier, Miss Paula Frazier. I've never met you before, but any lady that drives a Chevelle is a lady I respect. So
Yeah.
very good. I think I'm done in more ways
I
than
hope
one.
so. That's funny. Well, thank you, sir. I
Thank
appreciate
you. I appreciate it, Preston.
you and our friendship.
Congratulations on
And
winning this. I'm going to get out of the way here.
hold
We
on.
do think a lot of you. Go ahead.
You said it's like it's my birthday, and technically it is my birthday. YouTube yesterday morning let me know it was my 4-year birthday on YouTube. So I guess this
Okay.
is my birthday party.
It is kind of a birthday party. But seriously, in all seriousness, we appreciate everything that you do, maintaining the history of these, teaching other people what they were like, how they were put together, connecting us to help one another. Through you, we've reached out and we've met people like Mike Palmgren and others that specialize in this and that can allow to help us kind of build the machines we want to have. So it's a good group of people, and I'm honored to be a part of it. I hope you appreciate or don't take offense to the razzing tonight, but we're just really just having a good time at your expense.
Well, thank you very much.
All
This
right, let
wasn't
me
a
get out of the
tailgate.
way. You take
All
care.
right.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Wow. Man, getting beat up here. Thank you for the birthday. I hit 18,000 subscribers also. So pretty crazy. I forget, who do you say next? Is it PJ? $114 people here. Matlock. He was. That was very reminiscent of Matlock. How many people in the chat remember Matlock? He came in guns blazing. PJ Hart. Here we go. Hey, buddy.
I gotta follow that.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. So wow, where do I start? First thing I gotta address is I feel like I was a pity ask because he's had 2 days heads up and I've had like 24 hours. So I don't know.
You were like, how could I forget PJ Hart sort of ask. So
Well, I'm in a hotel room. I'm flexing my titanium elite status here, but so I don't have any props like Aaron did, but that was enjoyable. So happy YouTube birthday. That kind of leads me into my first question.
super.
YouTube related. Our friend, you're a lot closer to him than I am. Gavin Carlson is known as Shred 80 on YouTube, and his name kind of fits his video styles. Shred. He shreds in his videos and stuff. Have you ever considered monotone 24/7 as your YouTube channel?
If I had it to do over again, I missed it. That would have been the perfect.
Just a thought, a lot of
Yep.
people go to sleep. A lot of people go to sleep watching your videos. So
It'll be my spin-off channel.
I've got no rhyme or reason to my questions. But we hit on, you had land cleared, make room for Wheeler Palooza. My question is, another mutual friend of ours is Binky Tapscott, and he has made himself from the logging industry. Is there some sort of secret beef there that you didn't have Binky clear your land? Is there jealousy of his collection, or?
No, I don't. I think you might be reading into it just a little bit. I'm sure he would have done it. I didn't want to inconvenience him being the distance, but hopefully he doesn't take it the wrong way.
Binky's worldwide. Aaron didn't touch on it. I'm not sure about the other ones. It's been so long ago, but why are you being so secretive about your new Crated R?
So, all right, I didn't buy it. It was Allison who bought it.
Oh,
So
so
she wanted to flex on me and hold that over my head. So
right. Well, that's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it at Wheeler Palooza. I am making that a goal to come. Let's see. Moving on. I know you well enough, and you actually have mentioned it a couple times. So this works out well. I know you well enough to know that you enjoy a nice spreadsheet. How many spreadsheets do you have that pertain to the hobby of three-wheelers?
probably 6 or 7 for different reasons. Anytime I bought like a group of machines, I got to put it into a spreadsheet and run the numbers and make sure it makes sense. So I've done that. There was the New Jersey deal, there was the Toby deal, there was the all the minis on a trailer deal. There was more than a few deals like that. And then, I'm building this 350X for this guy, so I busted out a spreadsheet for that. So I don't know. It helps me. It does all the math really easy.
I know. I guess it's not really a spreadsheet, but I know there's a spark plug chart. I've asked for a couple of times. You have every
there's that.
What spark plug it takes. All right, 6 or 7. I figured it'd be more, honestly.
It might be more.
Is 2025 the year you finally have a clean shop?
It's unlikely, but I'm hopeful.
As long as I've known you, you've been cleaning your shop.
Yes. One of these days I'm going to get there.
Piles get moved to different locations.
Yeah.
Let's see. So now that you have achieved your goal of your collection, you have mentioned to me that you've thought about maybe thinning the herd because there's no point. You've achieved what you set out to do. What would that look like if and when that happens? What does that look like?
Well, Allison has talked me out of it, but at one point I was thinking, getting rid of some of it was hard because then I keep adding things back in. Like, do I need all the 110s and all the 90s? Do I need 2 colors to represent each year of the 90s? But Allison kind of convinced me that it's a complete collection as it is, and if we can maintain it, maybe we should. But I don't know. I'd want to keep all the sexy machines and she's in the comments. I talked them out of selling. Yeah, I think out of the 120 or whatever the number was at the time, I was still going to end up with 80. So if you're going to keep 80, you might as well keep them all.
At the very least, I figured you'd sell off the 200Xs.
They're worthless, so I might as well.
Yeah.
At least the 83, 84, because they got that ugly wing on the side.
That's the best Honda wing there is. That's one of my questions, actually. Where is it? Number 10. Can we agree that the modern Honda wing is awful? The one behind you. Yeah, that one.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't know that it's awful.
It's awful. Yeah, it is. When we did my Hoarder of the week, you asked my pet peeves and I froze up. That's pretty high up there, that wing. Yeah. But the 83, 84 wing is a very classic style. So your hate for 200X is well documented, but just how strong is that hate? Do you hate them more than all Yamahas? Like a Tri-Z?
No, I'd pick one of those over a Tri-Z.
87 Ducati?
That's got just a badass factor about it, and it being an 87, it's got, the rarity too. I don't know. I might hate an 83, 84 200X more than a 87 Ducati.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
I don't know what I just said. I'm getting punch drunk here after Aaron. Holy crap.
I know. I'm let's see. Do you know what I did to Allison? How I upset her?
I forget now. There's so many things. It's hard to pinpoint which one.
Yeah. Okay, here's one spreadsheet. What is the most amount of machines that you bought at one time in one buy? Is that the Toby buy?
I think so. 28. I think it was 28 machines.
What is the least amount of machines you've bought at one time?
Have I ever walked away from? I have. I've walked away from a machine. I've gone to buy one and not bought it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So 0. Somewhere between 0 and 28.
Farm Runner has been touched on. I know your thoughts on it. I know you got a video coming up, so I'll leave that one alone. Curdy Eldridge wants to know Kaheen or Makuni. What is your favorite?
Is that how we pronounce it?
I don't know. Kahine. How do you pronounce it?
Now you got me screwed up. Kian.
Kian.
I'd say Kian. Yeah, Makunis. I don't mess with Makunis. Oats. Otsu. It just got weird.
Did you know you can save a ton of money by switching to Geico?
I've seen commercials that tell me that.
Okay.
I haven't tried it myself though.
We're going long. I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
Oh, no, last one. Exactly how many square foot is your largest bathroom?
Exactly. Geez, must be, I don't know, 120. Is that a lot? Maybe that's too much. 10 by 12?
10 by 12? 12 by 10, maybe.
Okay. That's probably it.
Okay. All right. I'm done.
Well, thank you. This was a much needed break after the reaming that I got from MRC builds, but
Monotone 24/7. Think about it.
I am. That's going to be my spinoff. Appreciate you.
Right. Yeah.
Shut it off. All right, there it is. Man, hopefully there's only one left. That was nice. I don't know what the square footage of that bathroom is. Oh boy, Power Sports Surplus LLC, the longest website name that's around. Vinny, I found you.
Preston!
There you are.
What's up, buddy?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
You're looking good. I want to tell you that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're looking healthy. You're
Okay.
still on your health journey.
No, not like I should be, but
No, you're looking good. Seriously.
okay.
I was thinking that the whole
Appreciate
chat.
Appreciate it.
Paul is leaving.
Yeah,
So
she's going to bed.
I do want to start it off by saying, seriously, someone passed a message to her. I do apologize to her. I know she got mad at me in the past. I do not want Mama Frazier upset with me. So I apologize for the teasing. Just jokes.
That's funny. Hope she saw that.
What do you mean? How do you know she saw it?
Well, I hope she saw it.
Hope she saw it. All right.
Yeah.
So how you been? Good?
I've been great. How have you been?
Been good.
Yeah. How's Natalia?
She's great. Can't ask for a better baby. All right, let's start this off. First of all, I was going to ask how many viewers we had, but now I can see it. I couldn't see it when we were before I got on. So my first question, Preston, were you always into collecting or hoarding? And not just Hondas in general, because like when I was a kid, I collected everything. Marbles, cards.
I had a lot of baseball cards, like late 80s, early 90s. I actually still have them. They're probably, I don't think they're worth anything because I think everybody in that time period was collecting those. So I never had anything graded or like your, what is the card you just shared? You got it right there from, yes. No, but,
Charizard action?
No, from Las Vegas, the pawn shop. What's his name?
Oh, I got that too. Hold on.
One of one.
One of one, Rick.
Yeah,
For
I don't
sale,
have the
guys.
Rick. I never had anything
No, but for
graded.
real, do you think like have you always had that in you, that collecting gene, as you say?
Well, my dad collected cars. My mom collects sheepdog uh, paraphernalia, I call it, but sheepdog collectibles. My grandpa had a trophy room because he was an avid hunter. Uh, so I collected baseball cars. I had a bunch of Matchbox cars. I didn't know that I was going to do this though.
So
But
the
once
Honda thing is just kind of like
I
next
found
step.
my sweet spot, yeah, I went all in.
Love it. All right. What other hobbies do you have currently outside of three wheelers? And I
Nothing
apologize
real.
if somebody already asked this because I couldn't hear in the beginning.
No. What other hobbies? I mean, I do woodworking. I do handyman stuff around the house, but that's becoming less and less as I do more and more with this stuff. So, and YouTubing,
Yeah,
content creating.
and you're doing great. You're doing great.
Thank you. You inspired me
I
when
did. I
you
did. I
when
did. I
you
trust
did it.
that.
I was like, oh, Vinny's doing it. I'm gonna do it. And then I started, and you stopped. But as you said in Garage MC's
Well,
videos, I
you
made
took
you
it to the
stop.
next level, so I'm glad you did it for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't have it in me. Are we allowed to swear in here or no?
I think to some extent, no
Like,
one's
will you
gonna
get
make
like
it this far.
demonetized or anything like that?
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. So next question then.
Next.
Fuck one, marry one, kill one.
Okay,
Greg Jr., Ryan Mallon, Mitch Rapucci.
man.
Got to answer.
Well, you got to marry Mitch because
The money.
the money. Yeah, that's a good point. I was just thinking because he's a lover, you know.
No, yeah. More
Uh,
of a luster, I'd say. More of a luster.
and then Ryan's just so angry. I bet he'd be really, really good.
In
Uh,
bed, yeah.
yeah, you said it. Then that leaves the other option there, but I'm not saying that because why you
No,
got to make it?
you have to answer.
No, I don't want to do that.
It's just not
That's
going
not.
how I expected.
We've done two, so it implies the third. That's so mean.
Okay. All right. My next question is, I haven't been to Trike Fest in I think 2 years, and I don't want to get too political here because I know how politics can upset some people. You know, little Trump action.
Yeah.
But have you ever considered? Do you think the Trike Fest police should be defunded?
I think it's going to their heads a little bit. You know how they
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
It starts
But
out in a good place, and then the little power corrupts. So
yeah, because I don't mean to like toot my own horn. I thought I was, one of the higher ups, but I'm banned.
yeah, yeah. And now somebody tries to land a helicopter in an unapproved time and site, and they get kicked out too. I think there's something there for sure.
Nick touched on this a little bit. I don't think I've met Nick. Have I met Nick or no?
I don't know that you have.
He touched on this a little bit. I think I just started watching when he got on. Your father, um, you've told me decent amount about him, and honestly, it clearly shows that you had a great father in your life. So maybe talk about him a little bit, how he influenced your collecting and your life, I guess.
Yeah. So he had old cars. I grew up going to car shows. He didn't work on his own stuff mainly because of health challenges, but I got to go to all his car buddies. I'd ride around with him like Palin and Bennett ride around with me when I'm going to all my three-wheeler buddies. So, that was a role model that I guess I followed in a different way, same but different. But yeah, just his passion for cars, and his love of design that kind of invaded my life, or was a part of my life. But he also had the Honda, so he got me riding when I was little, and he saw that was my looking like my thing. So he let me sell his one 4-wheeler to buy the 250X, and then buying the 350X and so on. And we had a snowmobile. We always rode snowmobiles. Day after Christmas, we'd always go to Montreal or Quebec and have like a week of snowmobile riding up there. But as I got older and went to college, we weren't doing that. And he saw that I wasn't using my snowmobile, so we went and traded that in on a brand new 400EX when they first came out in '99. I remember I was home from college and he said, "What's the hot 4-wheeler right now?" I was like, 400EX, it just came out. And he goes,
Old man.
yeah. He goes, "How about we trade in the sled and go get one?" I was like, "Are you serious right now?" Because a piece of property had just been sold that was technically in my name, and we put a bunch of money in the bank, but some of that got matched with that sled, and that's how I ended up with my 400EX.
I'm sure you didn't have like numbers wise as many Trikes cars,
No,
but
no.
similar passion.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy more 3-wheelers than you can old cars. Just
Okay. My
space and
next
money.
question is, how much did you really buy that crated 250R for?
Allison won't tell me what she paid for it. She kind of is the CFO of the Frazier family, so she says we're all right. So I'm sure she's right.
What is your 5-year plan for this old Trike? Where do you see it
I-
in 5 years? Because
I'd love to
honestly,
keep growing it.
skyrocketed. I think
Pardon?
to all of our expectations. Obviously, we know you're a people person, but you've done well. So proud of you, first of all. But
Thank you.
what's your 5-year plan on that?
I like to, you're the one that got me started on Instagram. You told me I needed to get on Instagram. I don't know if you remember that. And
No.
and it was neat just growing that to let me try to get to 1,000, and then I got to 1,000. Let me try to get to 10,000, and Peyton was a big role model in that regard. So it was just kind of, there wasn't really money involved. It was just kind of, let me see if I could do it. So I think Instagram's up to 40 something right now. And I've done something similar on TikTok. I'm up over 20,000 followers on TikTok, and
I don't know anything about the TikTok world.
TikTok's paying, man. I'm getting
Is
paid
it?
on TikTok.
Good, good.
But so with YouTube, it's part of that, just trying to see what I can do with it, just to see if I can grow it. I like being, I guess, known for sharing the information. It's all information that I learned hanging out with you and hanging out with Mitch and all the people that we associate with. So, I didn't know all these things just coming into it, but because you invited me to be an admin on Honda Hoarders, that allowed me to start to become, as knowledgeable as I am about things. So I'd like 5-year plan. I'd love to see 100,000 subscribers, just
You will.
so I can get the play button, and
you get that in the mail for automatically for 100,000.
100,000.
That's sick.
So I think that's right, and I think there's more the higher you get, but that's the first one you get. The money, I do get paid money from the videos, and I put it right back into my projects and stuff. So it'd be cool to have YouTube pay for a new building, pay for some
Pay for
cool
the hobby,
experiences.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. How far in miles is your work from your house?
I think it's 18 miles ish.
It's farther than I
Takes about,
expected, but that's an upstate New York answer for sure.
yep. It's
So
about,
my follow
takes
up
about
question,
25 minutes to get
I
there.
think I know the answer to my follow up question, but have you ever ridden a trike to work?
I have never ridden a trike to work.
Then my opinion, you're a fraud.
But
okay,
yeah,
we'll accept it.
I'll add that to the 5-year plan.
Interesting. All right, who is the most interesting person you've gotten to meet through this hobby?
The most interesting person.
And I'm not saying internet persona, in person.
Okay. Man, that's tricky because you meet a lot of weird people. I'm gonna have to think on that for a minute. Come back to that.
You might have to think of my next one then.
Okay.
I kind of want you to answer this though. You don't have to
Okay.
if you don't want to. Who, if anyone, has let you down in person as far as like their internet persona does not meet your expectations?
Oh.
You don't have to answer if you don't
Oh.
want.
Okay. I got an answer for maybe both questions. Could be the same answer.
Oof.
And every time I see this person mentioned, it evokes an emotion, a negative emotion.
Ooh.
And it's probably interesting in a negative way. So,
Mhm.
and maybe you're thinking of a name that maybe I'm about to say, Ken Kaplan. He's a.
You know how I feel about him.
I do, and I feel how I feel about him because of your experience. But he's just we got used when he got invited down to his place, and then he did you and Mitch dirty. And
I will say this: I do respect Kaplan's hustle, but he got in a little over his head with us, and I think, yeah, he was a little shisty for sure.
yeah, and then doing a little internet sleuthing, looking at you see the pictures from I don't know 10, 15 years ago with his khakis and his polo shirt when he was IT Ken.
I was gonna say he started off as like a computer guy.
Yeah, yeah, and now he's Macho Man Ken Kaplan.
Now
Or whatever.
this question comes from like a place of like worry, honestly. Are you concerned that if Hondas or Trikes were not in the picture, can drugs easily take over your life?
No, I don't
Because
think so.
you do realize it may not be a problem to everyone's eyes, but it could be a problem.
Yeah. So yeah, I know I've made choices in my life because I know how I can be. So I've decided not to do certain things because I might like them a little too much. So I've never
Wait, can you give me an example of those things?
I've never put anything. Yeah, right. This could go negative. Thinking you're mad. I've never put anything up my nose because I like three wheelers a lot, and we know how that went. So, but I don't usually drink. My face is red enough just by drinking coffee. So mom's in bed. It's fine. Allison says.
Where is the bed located? No, sorry.
Yeah. Right. But no, I don't think there's a risk of getting addicted to scratchers or.
Well, I say that because me getting into Hondas, dude, I have an addictive personality. Like when I buy something, when I get hooked to something, I get hooked. Hondas, I need every single Honda in the world. Obviously, you beat me on that. But anything I start collecting, I need them all, and then I get bored the next day, and I'm done. So like I have an addictive personality. That's why I ask.
Yeah.
So you never know.
So, and that's, I don't want to bring up cats, but like you had one cat, poor Cinnamon, R.I.P.
Yes.
And now Cinnamon turned into two.
Yeah.
And now babies. Are you addicted to babies? When's baby number 2 due?
Well,
Are we
I
making
don't know.
announcements here?
Yeah, no, not addicted to babies yet. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
A lot of work.
This one's more on a serious note. Is Allison concerned about your relationship with Kim?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think, but I haven't seen, Kim in person since.
Kim, I see how she looks at you. Just saying.
Yeah. And now she's like lean and mean. Like,
So are you.
well, no,
Allison can't let you out in the wild.
that's true. It is true. I'm very attractive. But no, I don't think she's worried about
Kim
Kim.
said laughing my ass off, so she's not interested. Sorry.
When you see the way Kim looks at Michael,
Who's
there's
Michael?
no hope.
Oh,
Her
Michael.
husband.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. I always get her. I'm sorry, Kim. I always get your husband and your brother confused.
Yeah.
The
Scott's her brother.
Scott and Michael. I don't know who's who. I'm sorry.
I've got
Kim.
a better
Kim, I
chance
love
getting
you.
with
I know
Scott
you.
than Kim, probably.
Brother and your husband. I get them confused. All right. Here's a little sidetrack here. Mark, Mike, Dylan, Ryan, and Justin. Pronounce their last name.
How it's spelled or how they tell me
How
it's.
you would pronounce it.
For years, I pronounced it cold because
Okay, me too.
that's, yeah. And then it's like when my sister graduated from college and she says, you know, I don't want to be called Mandy anymore. I'm Amanda. And I'm like, you know, you have to reconcile that in your head. But now I do. I've been
That's
trying
like
to
a
be
quarter life
better.
crisis. You got to tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do pronounce it Cobb. It might slip sometimes, but
Definitely cold.
yeah, but it's definitely cold.
Now, rank those 5 people from first to last, in your opinion.
Which is Mike, Mark, Justin, Ryan,
and Dylan. Dylan's the younger one. He's not on
Dylan. Yeah, I've
Facebook
never
much. He
met
doesn't talk
Dylan.
much, but he's a great guy.
Okay, Dylan's last.
Dylan's last. Okay.
I'll
Let him know.
I love Mark. I haven't seen Mark in a while, so Mark's 4th.
Mark's my favorite, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't interact with him a lot.
I've had a lot of good conversations with Mark. He knows.
Bryson's a nice kid. He doesn't
Bryson,
smile enough.
well, you know, Bryson's like a
Bryson's ahead of Mark.
he's a son, so it's different.
Yep. Man, it's tough. All right.
So Dylan's last, you said. So
Dylan, Mark,
Bryce, Ryan, Justin.
I'm gonna be roasted tomorrow. Dylan, Mark, Bryson.
Stop saying Bryson. He's not in here. This is my list.
Ryan made a mean comment the other day, but now the comment's gone.
He is the mean one, honestly.
He is mean. So he's 3rd. Justin's 2nd. Yeah, at one point Ryan would have been 2nd, but Justin's pulled ahead.
Agree.
And Mike is number 1 because he's the OG.
Papa Kolb.
So yeah.
Papa Kolb. Are you interested in getting a Banshee ever?
Not really.
Really? Really?
I've never ridden one.
I have once. I had a 2003. It was probably 15 years ago. Super fast, way too fast for me. And I kind of want to get one now, just to have.
Yeah. How many machines are you up to right now?
Not a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 maybe. 10.
Yeah.
Ish. 10-ish. Another serious one. Are you wearing pants right now?
Yes, I am.
Can you
wearing some nice Wranglers.
Okay.
Buy all my Wranglers from Walmart.
Okay. What made you allow Ryan Mallon back as a Hoarder admin? Because things can get crazy right now.
So it came up. Was it today or yesterday that it came up?
Yesterday, I think.
Yeah. So within 7 minutes, he was clearing house, and there was some collateral damage. You know, I understand the reasons, and I'm not faulting Ryan for that. He does well for the amount of substances that are coursing through his system at any given time. But
Ryan,
he can be aggressive.
Yep.
So why did I allow him back in? I didn't.
I said it. You didn't say it. So just to clear the air, what Ryan did is he banned Donnie. That's a no. Donnie's protected not only by you,
he didn't ban him. He just removed him from the group.
But I do want to say, you introduced me to Donnie, and I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character. Donnie really is the man. So Ryan, knock it off.
Yes, I like
Donnie. If you're watching, you're a great kid.
Yeah,
great guy.
Yeah.
Do you personally know of, and be honest, of any gay shenanigans that have gone on at Trike Fest?
No.
You lying?
No, I'm not lying.
Okay.
Gay shenanigans. Nobody wants to touch anybody there, even if you were gay.
It's only guys.
There's some girls.
Who?
Kim Dwyer.
She brings her husband and her brother. That's 2 guys versus 1 girl.
Sarah Allison.
The ratio is very high, guys.
The ratio is way skewed, but
yeah,
nobody wants to do gay shit at Trike.
No knowledge of gay stuff.
No knowledge.
Okay.
100%.
All right, so you've got it all now. I think you've got all the Trikes.
I think so.
What's next on the search list? Do you still search Marketplace or no?
No, it's my Marketplace is weird because it shows me stuff that's far away. It doesn't show me stuff that's close. I don't know if that means there's nothing close.
Terrible. It's kind of got like that Craigslist feel now.
if I see something that's better, that's the only thing I'm interested. If there's something that's better than what I've got and it's not outrageously priced and I can fit it into my schedule, I might be tempted to do something. But like you, you had that 81 ATC 70 and I needed that to swap some things to make mine better, or make mine correct.
So you're still like save the best, sell the rest type thing.
Yep.
All right. I don't know if we want to go here. I'll say this one next. All right. I am not pocket watching. I don't want to be that guy. I hate pocket watchers. I hate guys that are like assume that we have money. You know, Preston, you know, I know, Mitch knows. Everyone's like, oh, these guys with the money, these new Honda guys. But I want to know. I think you do okay for yourself. It's time to upgrade the silver chain to a gold chain.
What if I told you this is white gold?
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it. So actually, I
But
wore the
but I do think you should do gold. Even if it is white gold, it looks silver.
gold.
No offense. No offense. Is it like a family heirloom type thing?
So my grandpa gave me this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
know.
But I do think you look good in a gold chain, Preston. I do.
What's crazy is he gave me this in like 1999, and
That's when silver chains were huge.
yeah, but it's white gold, it's 14 karat.
No.
But I wore it out. There's a couple of these links that are like
You look good in
paper
gold,
thin.
man.
Say what?
You look good in gold.
You think?
I
All
know.
right, I'll have to consult with my wife.
Okay.
Can't change
Well,
the
she
chain,
already
she
said in the
said.
chat, can't change the silver. She's
Because
afraid how she will
we got
act.
Bennett a silver chain. So now he's trying to turn into me a little bit. So I got to keep it.
I'm almost out of questions, but we're gonna stay on for a little while. I want to talk to you for a little bit, if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
I don't want to leave it off with this. I'll try to think of more questions on the spot, but I want to make things awkward a little bit.
All right.
Let's talk Greg Jr. live in front of everyone.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Let's do it. So I'll start off. Greg, I'm talking to you if you're watching. I know you're going to see this because Greg sees everything. I've always had Greg's back. And Greg does a lot of things right, and he does a lot of great things for the community, and he's done a lot of great things for Honda Hoarders.
Yes, he has.
But you have to stop being a dick, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to me, Greg, that you're selling shit, not delivering, and I don't think you're trying to rob people, but you're living off of that money that you're selling, and then you're selling something to someone else to pay that last person back. Paying Peter to, what is it called? How do you say
Robbing
that?
Peter to pay
Robbing
Paul.
Peter to pay Paul. So that's how I feel about Greg. I want to clear the air. I feel like everyone thinks that Greg is just intentionally robbing people. I don't think he is. That's how I feel. That's it. You just
I agree.
Nothing else. I'm Peter. Pay me. That's it. You're all done with that, Preston. Oh, host left.
Did we freeze up?
Oh, now you're quiet again. It said host left. Now you're quiet. No, I can hear you though, but it is quiet.
I don't know why it's doing this. Is my phone getting hot?
You're in upstate New York. No?
I agree with you. Was there a question?
No, I just wanted to feel like I feel like we should talk about the real behind the scenes.
Yep.
So, do you agree? Disagree? How do you feel?
So Greg was an admin of Honda Hoarders, and is this loudly enough? Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm echoing a little bit. I know everyone can hear that.
Greg was an admin of Honda Hoarders right from the beginning. I didn't know him before that. I've only gotten to know him through Honda Hoarders. There's been times when he was like coming out with the pistons for the big bore 250 ESs that he needed to borrow some money. I loaned him some significant money, and I swallowed hard and I sent him money knowing what the potential was. He paid me back and gave me a big bore kit, and so I agree with you. I don't think he's out to screw anybody, but he's unintentionally screwing people, and
Yep.
if he's robbing Peter to pay Paul, then that's
Not
you
good
can't
still,
do
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, it's a bad look for sure.
Got in over his head, and like you said, you loaned him money and he paid you back. Greg has always done me well. If I need advice, Greg is right there. So I just want everyone to know, deep down, Greg is a good person. Guys all a great person. Just want everyone to know that don't believe all the internet bullshit.
Yep.
That is all my question. But what else? What else can we? Are you on a curfew right now?
Am I on a what?
A curfew?
No, I'm good.
So you still doing workouts and diets?
So I
That's it.
fell off the wagon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I fell off the wagon back in May, and I fooled myself thinking if I just didn't eat like an idiot, when I don't eat a lot, and I think Allison can attest to that. I think I'm in that funny age where things Vinny can't
Allison
talk
said
too
Vinny
clear.
can't talk too echoey. You don't hear the echo, Preston? I do.
I hear you fairly clearly. This is so weird.
YouTube. Preston's YouTube channel. It's almost over.
Hi, Preston.
Yeah, acid
Steph said hi.
flashback. Audio no bueno.
Yeah, the auto got echo really good. We can end it. I asked all my questions.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin your video.
Well, we can pick this up at another time. It's probably a good video even on its own. So.
Yep. Preston, it was good to talk to you. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you, everybody that participated. Sorry the audio got screwed up. We'll fix it next time. I guess.
Wait, Preston, did you see that?
What? Oh, it's right where like there's a. Can you dip it down a little bit? Preston sucks. Okay. I see it now.
When they built the house, they put that there.
Awesome. Thank you,
Love
sir.
you. Love you.
All right, we'll see you. Love you too, man. Bye, everybody.
I don't know how to end it.